Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to learn about what is stashing. Okay, so not here. Okay, let's go to Gitbash and let's go to VS Code. Okay, so now you can see that we are in the test branch. Okay, and let's understand what is stashing. So stashing is basically like if you don't want to commit any changes, but if you want to check out some to different branch saving that changes, then you can do it via stashing. Okay, so for example, so if I write one comment here, for example, like, hey, let's understand stashing. Okay, so this is the word stashing. Okay, and let me save it. Okay, now I saved it, but I did not stash it. Okay, but when I go to my Gitbash and if I see git branch, okay, so I have two branches, test and main. Now I'm in test branch, as you can see. And if I try to check out, so if I git checkout main, we cannot, because you will see that error. Your local changes to the following files would have been overwritten by checkout test1.py. okay, so please commit it is in. So eventually I don't want to commit it, okay, because this change is not a feature or anything. I'm just checking it, or I'm testing it. You can consider it in the testing phase. Okay, so for that, what you can do, you can use stash. Okay, so basically what it does is it stores your changes into a form of stack, and whenever you want to retrieve it, you can use git apply or git stash apply or git stash pop. Okay, so we will understand that. So first of all, the command is git stash. So you will see in the test, now this is visible. So once I hit enter there, it will be vanished. Okay, so it said saved working directory and index state WIP on test merged conflicts. Okay, now if I go here, you will see nothing is there, and if I check out now, it will check out to main. So we are in the main branch now. Okay, so here you can see we are in the main branch. Now let's get back to our test branch, where it is. Yeah, go to test branch. So once I go back to test branch and I want to get back those changes, then what you can do is you can use git stash apply. Okay, so what it does is it gets back your changes. Hey, let's understand stashing. Okay, so we got this change back to our branch test. Okay, so now there is one more command, that is git stash pop. Okay, so basically what happens here, if you use git stash apply, these changes will remain in the stack and won't disappear. Okay, but if you use git stash pop, they will be popped out of the stack and you cannot use it again and again. Okay, let me explain you with this example. Okay, so let me clear this. Okay, so now you can see git stash list. Okay, so this will give us how many stashes we have done. So basically only one stash we did here. Okay, so now if I go and do this, Control Z and Control S, so we got to our previous changes. Okay, and if you see, I will use the same command, git stash and apply. Okay, so this will bring back the changes. Okay, now I will do again. Okay, I will do what I want to do. Okay, I will do this Control Z and Control S, and I will see git stash, not this, stash and list. Okay, so you will see the list is still here. Okay, now what I will do, I will use git stash and pop. Okay, git stash pop. Okay, so what this will do, it will bring back the changes, but if I hit git stash and list, you will see nothing, because it pops out the changes. So basically git stash pop, we cannot reapply it again, but git stash apply will keep the changes and you can reapply it again and again. Okay, so that is why, like, if you want to keep the changes for a future reference, then you can use git stash apply, and if you want to use it for one time, then you can use git stash pop. Okay, and if you have many stashes, then you can use this index position, like whatever stash you want to put. Okay, so like that it works. Okay, so this is how it works, guys. Like we learned about git stash. Okay, and also you can clear the stashes. Okay, so let me do this Control Z. Okay, and then okay, let me write one more thing here. Hey, just write hey. Okay, now if you can see the stash list is empty, Now if I do git stash, okay, save to work directory, and this will vanish. Okay, now if I see git stash list, you will see only one stash is there. If you want to clear the stash, you can use git stash clear. Okay, so this will clear all your stashes or the changes, you can say. And if I see git stash list again, you will see nothing. Okay, so this is how it works. So we learned about 4 commands basically, that is git stash, which saves the changes to the stack, okay, and git stash pop if you want to get back the changes only once, and git stash apply if you want to save the changes into the stack and get it back for the future reference, and git stash list, this is to see how many stashes are there or the changes you have saved, and git stash clear to basically clear your stack. Okay, so stash is basically used as a temporary storage of your changes prior to adding or committing the changes. Okay, so basically commit is like a permanent kind of change, and stash is like a temporary change that you want to use it for future reference, or the feature is not ready yet and you want to switch to other branch for some other changes. Okay, so in that same scenario you will use stashing. Okay, so hope this helps, guys. This was a pretty much short video on how stash works and what is stash. Okay, so if you learned something from this video, do hit the subscribe button. Until then, take care. Bye bye.